Okay ka na? Go. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, somehow, yes.
Precisely.
Before we proceed, we should know what the internet is first. So here's our explanation.
The internet plays a very vital role in our lives. It has changed businesses, education, healthcare, government, and the ways in which we can interact with our loved ones. But most importantly, the internet has changed us. Although the internet is one of man's greatest creations, it has many disadvantages, including the perilous internet addiction. People around the world are now having issues of this compulsive internet usage. They spend hours and hours on the internet, knowing that sometimes it can be simply just a waste of time and it is not beneficial for them. They make no effort to change this harmful act, which can cause them addiction. This lack of self-control is hazardous just as any other addiction is. People who are addicted to the internet face mental and physical issues which can end up being fatal and end their life prematurely.
This campaign aims to raise awareness about internet addiction among all netizens and to help someone who needed to fight back from addiction. An addiction is hard to beat on your own, especially when temptation is always within there, easy to reach. With the help of this campaign, we can assist one another in talking about this issue and perhaps share it with someone else who is experiencing a similar situation. In this campaign, various facts will be disseminated together with discussions of how to stop internet addiction and stop it from becoming a possession.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because sometimes every day in our lives use gid ta sang phones, so yes.
I get very distracted easily, and studying while I'm being on the internet will only make it worse.
Yes.
Ano ba mga epekto niya sa imo, mga sang internet?
Addicted lang.
Ano ang epekto niya ba? Ano nang niya sa imo ba?
Madulang ako nga tags na ng
Oh.
madula ako sa focus. Tapos sometimes ginamuligan naman ko para madula ako nga pagka like tagulis na.
Stress?
Oh, stress.
Wala.
Like, as a person, wala ka na effect sa ito. Will it change your personality ba? Emotion na?
Yeah.
Actually, oo, sa studies, syempre naka-effect gid siya kay we have something to learn gid sa internet every day in our lives.
Well, there are some pros and cons of the effects of the internet. So, at least from my perspective, most of the factors are positive since most of the things I've learned are from the internet. Most of the disasters or some new information comes from the internet. So I would say it has done some positive effects on me. However, there are some distractions that I can't help but bring myself into, such as games and scrolling through my interests. So while it may be damaging to me, it can also be informative and useful depending on how I use it.
Focus is the basic element of how work is accomplished. To stay focused, it is important to eliminate distractions that cause you to lose focus and concentration. When you are distracted by emails, social media notifications, and phone calls, it is hard to maintain focus. The power of focus is simply this: when you understand what you really want, you can accomplish anything with no distraction. It's not quite easy as it sounds, but when managed properly, focus can change your life and career to the next levels. With focus, you can achieve anything. When you allow yourself to be distracted all the time and you don't have a clear goal, you'll waste a lot of precious time, and time is the most limited and most important resource. Always remember, your focus determines your reality.
Wala.
Actually, wala pa. Pero, I mean, naka-experience ang friend ko, pero wala pa ako ka-experience. Pero, I hope na, ang cyberbully ma-stop na and ma-end na agad.
Nakita mo ba kung ano nagyan sa friend mo sa kay na cyberbully siya?
Actually, naka-effect siya sa mental health niya kay, like, for how many days naka-experience siya siyang trauma. So, less na siya makipag-interact sa ibang nga tao.
Most of my friends, we're not very sensitive, so usually we just throw back the bullying. Just, give and take.
Fight back.
Yeah.
These days, internet is being used more for leisure activities, entertainment purposes, for connecting with friends and each other. These leisure activities carried out on the internet has resulted in getting addicted on the internet. The students who are addicted on the internet are in one way being involved or getting victimized by unpleasant activities in the internet termed as cybercrime. And by building our advocacy against internet addiction, we can lessen the cases of cybercrimes such as committing frauds, trafficking on child pornography and intellectual property, stealing identities, or violating privacy. Social media's anonymity and fakeness, as well as jurisdictional issues, have contributed to an increase in online violence that affects people of all ages, and this a global issue. Individual security, privacy, and dignity are all at risk because of the dangers offered by social media.
Yes, sir.
Konting eye strain lang.
Actually, nakatry na ako kay nakakulong lang gid abi ko sa balay. So, wala na ko lakat-lakat or less na ang paghulag maayo. Kay nakakulong lang gid sa balay, so wala siya sang strength nga makagain sa adlaw-adlaw.
I mean, very obvious for my glasses, yes. I stay on the internet for too long and it affects my eyesight. So I'm near to be considered, my diagnosis is high myopia, which is basically it's a severe case of the poor eyesight.
I see.
I can't see from afar, however I can see quite clearly from near.
So you're nearsighted?
Yes, I'm nearsighted.
By promoting and releasing our internet addiction campaign, we can lessen fatal illnesses that are caused by this impulsive internet usage. As for the physical symptoms that we can experience with internet addiction, it includes back or shoulder pain, headaches, vision problems, insomnia, lack of proper hygiene, poor nutrition, and unintended weight gain or loss. The impact of internet addiction encompasses people of all ages. Problematic internet use is a growing concern for kids. Children lack the ability to manage and limit computer use and have no idea about dangers that the internet can bring.
Young adults who engage in addictive behaviors around the internet are more likely to become depressed within months of excessive use. Lastly, too much screen time can lead to several problems for working professionals. Online addiction can negatively affect a person's performance and productivity at work.
We all know the use of the internet has increased drastically in recent years. Internet addiction is associated with many mental disorders, including low self esteem, impulsiveness, poor sleep, mood disorders, depression, and suicide. So, if we pursue our advocacy against internet addiction, we will be less prone to this mindset, which affects students' personal life and academic performance. Excessive internet use is related to many psychiatric and psychosocial disorders, including bipolar disorders, depression, OCD, low family relationships, paranoia, and anxiety. That's why monitoring and controlling students' internet usage through informative sessions on how to use the internet adequately is useful.
What we have observed here is that the internet can be beneficial and dangerous in its own. We are spreading awareness so that users can use the internet without its dangers. As you can see from the participants' answers, the internet can be beneficial if used right, but if used wrong, the results show. We should all be aware and careful with how we use the internet, as our generation depends on it.
Always take caution to prevent internet addiction.